What's up, guys? Justin here with TheSketchUpEssentials.com, back with another Skatter version 2 tutorial for you. So in today's video, we're going to check out the new zones feature, which allows you to adjust the way objects are scattered so you can group like objects together in your scenes. So let's go ahead and just jump into it. Alright, so first off, I will link to Skatter in the notes down below if you want to check it out, as well as to my video about the new features contained inside of Skatter. With this new version that they came out with, there's a ton of different kinds of masks and other things like that that allow you to quickly create or they give you a lot more control over the way things are scattered inside of your Skatter scenes. But in this case, I wanted to talk a little bit about zones, because zones is basically going to let you group similar objects together, kind of like you might see with different kinds of plants or something like that. You know, you might have one that comes in here and then the seeds kind of spread out, but it's kind of grouped together. So the way this is going to work is, first off, I've got a scene in here where I've already scattered grass all over it, right? It's just using the typical scatter grass function in here. For you to render out, it would look something like this. So if we look at this in Inkscape, right, it's just going to look something like this. The grass material is going to come in here and there's nothing really shown right now. But let's talk about what we might want to do if we wanted to add some flowers to this, right? So I'm going to go ahead and close the scatter window for a second, and I'm just going to jump into the 3D Bazaar window, and I just want to add these garlic flowers and the scatter daisies. So I'm just going to click on this, and then we're going to go ahead and click on the button for import. That's going to import the allium garlic object into this scene. And then we can also click on the button for scatter daisies and click on import right here. All right, so now what I've got is I've got two different compositions, right? I've got my daisies and I've got my garlic. And so what I want to do is I want to start by adding the garlic to this host right here. So I'm just going to click on it. That's going to add the garlic. And notice how that's going to put it in here a lot. I'm actually going to get rid of one of these. But notice how it's adding a ton of garlic plants to this scene. Well, I don't necessarily want so much. What I want is I want to click on the button for zones right here. And so when I click on the button for zones, what that's going to do is that's going to give me control over the zones that are created in here. All right, and so the first thing I'm going to do is I'm going to adjust the number of empty zones up. So maybe to 60% or something like that. Well, notice how what that's doing is that's basically setting this up so that there's a number of empty zones in here as well as defined zones. So you can bring your empty zones up to adjust how much is in here. Notice if you bring it all the way up, there's practically none. Then you can also, let's put this up to something like 90%. So something like this. You can also adjust the size of the zones that are created in here as well. And so if you set the size down to something like 20, notice how these are just going to be little scattered areas. If you set this up to something higher, like 450, notice how it's going to generate one zone over here. If we were to bring the number of zones down, or the empty zones down, then you're going to get multiple little groves or zones of these flowers in here. So you can also you can add a little bit of blur or noise in here. That's just going to affect how much plants are kind of straying outside of this, right? If I add noise, the more I get, the more the plants are going to be kind of all over the place. With less noise, your little groves are going to be more defined. So you can use this in order to set how defined these are. But then I'm just going to click on the button to generate. And so when I generate this, if we jump back over into Inkscape, just to see what we've created, you're going to notice that you're going to get grass, as well as you're going to get a bunch of these garlic plants in the zones that we've created. All right, and so if we jump over in Inkscape, you can see how you can pretty clearly see the zones that are in here. So you can see how these have been placed based on those zone locations. So let's say we want to do the same thing with our daisies. So what we could do is we could select our daisies, pick our host right here, and then we're just going to do the same thing. So we're going to jump down and make sure zones is selected. And what I'm going to do in this case is, again, we're going to bring our empty zones up like this. I'm going to bring my size down to something like this. Notice how if I set my blur and my noise down to nothing, then they're basically all going to be in this location. If I bring my size down, notice how I'm going to get more of these in here. And I can set how many of those there are going to be by adjusting the empty zones like this. And then again, we could add a little bit of noise in here, like the daisies have kind of like grown in the areas where the rest of them aren't. Maybe a little bit of blur. That's going to kind of blur the edges a little bit. But then we're just going to click on generate. Then if we jump back into Inkscape again, notice how our daisies are kind of in the groups that we set as well. So now instead of just like randomly placing groups of flowers and plants and other things like that, you can set these so that they're kind of grouped together in a more natural way. So this can be a really great way to add little groves of daisies or other things like that to your scenes procedurally without you having to do a whole bunch of manual work. So I will continue doing more in-depth videos on the rest of the features inside of Skatter. I'd love to hear from you. What new features would you like to see tutorials on? I will link to Skatter in the notes down below as well. As always, thank you so much for taking the time to watch this. I really appreciate it. I will catch you in the next video. Thanks, guys.